broadcasting live from a basement on a hill here on CrescentHillRadio.com. I am Shayna Wagner, joined by my wild and woolly co-host, Adam Crowhorn.
Oh, hey.
And we're really excited with the musician we have in the studio with us here tonight. Matt Duncan has joined us in the basement, all the way from Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you so much, Matt, for coming out.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course.
Very excited to have you here.
We are going to be having Matt perform in our studio some live solo songs from his newest album, Soft Times, as well as playing some tracks off of the CD. So, how long have you been playing music, Matt?
Oh, very, very, very long time.
Long time?
Since the mid-'90s.
Okay.
But I wasn't doing it at all well in the mid-'90s.
Oh, yeah?
That's important to note.
What did you start playing, like, to begin with?
First instrument.
First instrument, sorry.
I guess saxophone,
Yeah?
school system.
Okay.
It's good
Nice.
for something.
Back when we actually had music programs.
Oh, that's depressing.
My first instrument I learned to play was the French horn, so I'm pretty proud of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's useful.
I know. Well, I have no idea how to play anymore, but
Oh, well, could be useful.
so I would really like to get in with a song. Are you going to play something first, or would you like to play something off of your CD?
Gosh, that's an excellent question. Maybe I'll try and play something on the piano, I guess.
Okay, cool.
We'll see how that goes.
Let's see.
Yeah. So this is from the new one. It's called The Horn of Plenty. It was blowing on the shore. The waves were keeping time. The comely trees were whistling too. This time I'll get what is mine. It's part of His holy design for this world. When I die, you'll take my place in line. For the horn of plenty, it's been the ruin of many. Those that answered the call, or never heard it at all. Praise the horn of plenty. Then you're walking down the street. The world looks good enough to eat, and who's stopping you, boy? You know you're a prince of a man. Such appeal there in the form of your hand, but you still shove your gilded fist down the bell of the horn of plenty. It's been the ruin of many. Those that answered the call, or never heard it at all. It's been so long since the fall. Praise the horn of plenty. Plant a seed and let it grow. Not too high, just so they know what it is that they're missing. Oh, 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 oh. The horn of plenty. The horn of plenty.
Very nice. That was The Horn of Plenty by Matt Duncan here live in the basement on CrescentHillRadio.com. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
If you're just tuning in, We have Matt Duncan here in the studio. I want to remind everyone to please go like our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/fromabasement. You can interact with us.
Gotta go like Matt Duncan's page too.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free.
Please do that. But you can interact with us live during our shows by messaging us or commenting us. If you have any questions for Matt Duncan or some awesome like requests, you can just do some covers or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, post on our Facebook.
Facebook's up right now. I'm on it. Just hit me up.
Yeah, we're on that all the time. So we'd like to hear from you guys.
Here, I'll make a promise right now to try anything you ask for that I've heard.
Okay, right? So come on, make a request. You have to do that.
I'm putting it on the line. For everybody out there.
You might get some interesting requests. I don't know.
Interesting is good.
Okay, I know. That makes it fun.
So on the album, there's a lot of full instrumentation on the album. Do you have like a set band that you play with, or?
Yeah. I've had a pretty much the same band for, maybe 3 years.
Wow.
But the thing is, though, I am in charge of booking it, so you don't really see it a lot outside of Lexington. But yeah, on the album though, it's mainly me because I'm just a perfectionist weirdo, and you know that old story.
Yeah, definitely.
But I've got the whole gang on there actually, plus some other people. I got my trombone guy, my trumpet guy, my guitarist, my bass player, my drummer, a girl who plays violin, and I got a guy singing backup. You know, the gang's all there, here and there.
Because I watched a recording, and I didn't expect to see, like, as many people on stage. Like, I guess I just didn't think of, like, all the brass instrumentation that you have in your recordings and everything. So I wondered, when you play, like, out of Lexington, if they all follow you, or...
Well, that's the idea.
Yeah.
But we're all getting a little bit long in the tooth, so sometimes it's not possible for us all to get out of town. Yeah,
definitely. So other than like the school system, what got you into like music? Do you have like a musical family background at all?
Yeah, my grandfather actually, he taught music at Moorhead State.
Okay.
And let's see. And he had brothers that also did music, and gosh, I'm gonna miss some brilliant relative and hear about it later. But my mom played piano when I was growing up, and my dad never really took up an instrument, but he obviously he can whistle really well, and you know it's in there somewhere.
Yeah. I wish I could whistle really well.
Well, I didn't learn until I was like 16.
Are you a good whistler?
I'm good enough.
Okay.
You know,
I'm definitely a subpar whistler, I'd say.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
So do you sit down and write all of your songs yourself, or do you ever have any sort of collaboration on any songs?
I've had a little bit recently. I mean, I think for years and years, I wrote almost exclusively with other people. So when I started doing these things 5 or 6 years ago, that was kind of the new thing, was writing on my own.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd had a handful of things over the years, but nothing I really liked.
Yeah.
So this is sort of still novel to me.
Okay. I like to ask, like, where does it come from? Like, when you sit down to write, like, is it something like that you've been dwelling on for like a long period of time, or is it just like it just kind of
like I saw this thing today and I wrote this song today?
Yeah.
And I've met people who write songs in like 30 seconds, but me, it takes like a year for each one.
Well, yeah, usually I write about 60% of it, in the middle of the night or something, or while I'm washing dishes or whatever. And then I finish the last like 5% 2 years later. That's kind of my style.
So it has to like sit there and simmer for a while before you kind of like.
That's generally how I do it. But I like it when it all comes at once. I mean, there've been a handful that just.
Yeah, and do like the words and the like melody just meld together? I can't write music at all, so I don't know. I'm really interested to know how that happens.
Well, I get lots of melodies that have no words.
Yeah.
Which I always like them, but I don't know what to do with them. So it's the words that I'm always waiting for,
Yeah.
And those, they usually come with some kind of melody, and then I just follow that wherever it leads. And so it's kind of sad, really. I mean, I don't know.
I hear that a lot, though.
Really?
Yeah. No, like, I mean, he will walk around the house just like playing guitar, the
I
same
play in a band
tune.
called Tall Squares where I write the songs and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So it's yeah, I walk around and just kind of
Play the same tune
I'll say
over and
words
over.
that I like that I would want to use, and I'll just kind of like hum the rest until it forms itself. But I don't feel like I've actually written any of my songs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Definitely. So yeah, I hear that more often than not.
comes
probably.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't really ever hear anyone come in and be like, I have this method where I like it's like
No, don't start talking about that. My mom will lose her mind. She's like, I just don't want to hear them talk about their method. I get it. It's
Well, I do think it's sort of a fun game. There's all these. There's like things you're trying to hit with a song and things you're trying to avoid. There's like all these cheesy avenues.
yes.
Well, I know it seems like the prevailing opinion is that I am embracing cheese, which I guess to a certain extent I am. But I've at least attempted to avoid some of the worst pitfalls of all these sort of genres that I'm taking from. So I think even if you lose at the game, it's a fun game to try and like not do this and not do that, and you kind of like hone it into this one. You're like, that's it.
Yeah.
So who did you listen to growing up? Like you say, like some of it's kind of borrowed. What would you say that is borrowed from? Because I have some ideas, but I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Well, I grew up listening to different. I mean, like Beck was my big. That was the thing that I was like, oh.
Oh.
Like once you heard Mellow Gold, you're just like, oh.
It was actually Odelay was the one that really.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved Mellow Gold and I heard it on the radio and stuff. And I was like, that's cool. But then I actually owned Odelay on CD, and then that was the
yeah.
But that's so long gone now. I think I do love Steely Dan. I love Joni Mitchell, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, I can hear that in there. I like that.
Yeah, and who else? All the other people I'm forgetting. I don't know.
Well, I may put you on the spot. Like, what's your favorite band? What? I don't know. What band?
The one that I'm always preaching is Judy Sill. I don't think she seeped into this recording very much, but she's like the greatest forgotten artist of all time. It's Judeesill.
Awesome.
For everybody out there.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I'm gonna have to check her out.
Nobody knows this.
Well, we know now.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, would you like to play another song for us, or I can play another song for us?
I guess maybe we'll play a track.
Okay, cool. Do you know what number you'd like to play?
Let's start with the first track. That's been a favorite on the radio stations.
Okay. Awesome. So.
And that track is called.
It's the one that we've been jamming on.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Oh, okay.
That was the first one I heard, and I gotta say, man, that song is just gorgeous.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks a lot.
It's very catchy.
I guess I picked the right first song.
There you go. Yeah.
I appreciate hearing that.
Definitely a strong lead to the album.
Excellent.
So here's The Keys by Matt Duncan off of his newest album, Soft Times.
Everybody's leaving soon. I can hear that rambling tune from the pool, hollering and shopping mall. We're going crazy as a loon. Tell me where we're gonna go. Well, there's no sorrow, there's no snow. Pack your suitcase light, we're gonna leave tonight. 'Cause I think I might just know. Oh, if I lose it, I'm gonna move it down to the Keys. Maybe Idaho's not for me, don't need no jacket. If you can't hack it, you better come with me down to the Keys. There's a place down by the beach where you can buy a peach. They're really buffet tune if it's afternoon and you promise not to preach. There's a bar down by the pier where I like to buy my beer, and I can pay my tab with the gift of gab while the tourists shuffle through. Oh, if I lose it, I'm gonna move it down to the Keys. Maybe
is high, we're swallowed by the sea. Gonna float on down to the promised land where the healthcare will be free.
Oh, if I lose it, I'm gonna move it down to the Keys. Maybe I don't stop for me, don't need no jacket. If you can't hack it, you better come with me. Down to the Keys, down to the Keys.
That was The Keys by Matt Duncan, who just happens to be right here in the studio with us.
What are the odds of that?
It's crazy. If you're just tuning in, please go like our Facebook page, facebook.com/fromabasement. And if you have any questions and any requests for Matt Duncan, please go post those on our Facebook
boards
page.
aren't lighting up as of yet. So.
You guys are killing me. I got so many songs that I don't know. I mean, my non-repertoire is massive.
Yeah, I think mine's probably bigger than Mike's.
Almost infinite.
So I know you said that like you started playing saxophone. Has singing always been something that has come naturally to you?
I didn't really do it for really until I started doing this.
Yeah.
Which was something like 6 years ago. Except for karaoke bars.
Okay.
I think that was the real.
That's where it began.
Yeah, that's where I found my love of singing.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, what
Well,
kind of karaoke? Like, is it like what songs do you sing at karaoke?
I mean, I'm always trying to expand my range, but it's it's like when you go to the record store and you're like, what is I here to buy?
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
never figure it out. So I always end up doing like Can't Help Falling in Love with You, the Elvis song. I used to do Let's Stay Together, but it was never very good.
That's the best kind of karaoke.
Well,
Bad
there is a
karaoke.
certain, the best I've ever seen. It was a girl and a guy, a couple doing the Ghostbusters theme.
Yeah.
But she was reading it wrong. She was like, no ghost. She was just saying no ghost instead of I ain't afraid of no ghost. Oh, it was incredible.
There'd be a rhythm problem there, I think.
Oh yeah, it was.
Sounds like there was.
It was intense. I also saw some really good karaoke in Louisville. A guy did For Those About to Rock, the AC/DC song.
Yeah, we salute you.
I mean, the whole place. I'm surprised the roof didn't cave in. People were losing their minds. It was
Was
great.
it that brilliant?
It was. Well, it was just there was a lot of enthusiasm in the room
I remember
for that one.
Doing Regulators by
Oh,
Nate
yeah.
Dogg and Warren G. I think that's
Yeah.
my favorite to do.
Yeah,
you got to
good
get
pick.
that's a 2-person one where you can really
Yeah,
Or
Totally.
like Gin Blossoms or something.
dig into that one.
Didn't you?
yeah.
Do
Me
Gin
and,
Blossoms.
me and my friend James
that's a
did Hey Jealousy, which is just
You just gotta like
Come on.
scream it.
Gin Blossoms was the first show I ever saw. So
Yeah.
that band.
It just goes way back.
yeah.
Back to Matt Duncan.
Yeah. So, do you record your own music when you are producing like an album, or do you go wherever the
studio.
magical land is? Of
Oh,
recording?
I've got my own little studio
Setup.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. So, is that something you learned just as you were playing music, or did it? Do you,
That actually that goes about all the way back too, because my dad has always he's been using computers since they were like punch cards.
yeah.
He's an OG
Yeah, okay.
nerd, So there were always computers around when I was a kid, and when I started getting into music, like 96, 97, the earliest semi-convenient recording software was coming out, and yeah, I don't know, it just sort of made sense. So yeah, and that was that was the Odelay connection actually.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like I could make that. You know,
Yeah.
Everything else I think I'm like I have no idea, but that stuff I feel like I could hear like the samples and how they fit together.
Yeah.
I mean, the way it's constructed almost sounds a little dated now. It's still amazing, but you can hear it's definitely these little pieces that he's like putting, you know, pulling in, putting back in, you know.
Yeah.
And I felt like I could hear that, and I don't know. It seemed doable.
Yeah.
But also completely awesome.
I think I had the opposite reaction of that CD. I was like, yeah, I don't think I could. I don't know how he did this.
can't ever do
He's
that.
like some kind of wizard.
I definitely didn't think I could do it as well, but I thought that I could at least imitate it in some really basic way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a start for everyone.
yeah. That is
And the lyrics were sort of seemed like gibberish, and I was like, oh, I got tons of gibberish.
Yeah.
I got nothing but gibberish.
because you were saying like you're really picky, and so I'm sure it helps to kind of just be able to just do it yourself and be like,
Yeah.
this is how I want it to sound, so I'm going to
Yes.
make it sound
Yes,
like
I'm
that.
very jealous of that. I wish I knew my way around any kind of recording
Yeah.
software or anything, but I don't.
Well, there's more and more of it that's actually. I feel like they used to make the software for people that were coming from old big studios. It would be like these recreations of big mixing boards and all this
Yeah.
stuff. And now there's more and more software that's made for people that started on computers, and
Yeah.
it's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna have you play another song, and I have a question to ask whenever you get back. That a topic I'm kind of really excited to talk about.
Oh, okay.
So if you're tuning in, if you're just listening on CrescentHillRadio.com, you can watch the live broadcast in the studio by going to ustream.tv. You can either just search Crescent Hill Radio, or it's like a really long, complicated thing. It's like Ustream TV / channel
I'd say just
/
search it.
Crescent Hill Radio. So you can watch it there and see Matt Duncan perform here in the basement. Also go like our Facebook page, facebook.com/fromabasement. And
I'm always right here on that, so
yeah.
hit us up with your
hit us
questions, anything.
up. What are you going to play for us next, Matt Duncan?
I might do one from the earlier album called Heart and Arrow.
Cool.
Kicking a bottle down an empty street where the trees grow tall and the old folks sleep. We walked long when we were young, 'cause we read no metaphor in the setting sun. You don't have to sing a sunny day, you can be done with it and walk away. No lonesome melodies you're far from home, no hot and arrow burning on your arm. We dreamed we were narco-nudists, but we were only college students, counting our blessings on the North Dome lawn, fully enamored of our boho charm. You don't have to sing a sunny day, you can be done with it and walk away. No lonesome melodies you're far from home, no hot and arrow burning on your arm. You don't have to sing a sunny day. You don't have to sing it. You don't have to sing it. You don't have to sing a sunny day.
Thank you very much. So what was the name of that song again? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Oh, Heart and Arrow.
Heart and Arrow. And do you have any shows coming up at all?
Yeah, they're all in Lexington.
That's okay.
I ought to come back here sometime. We had a great show at Zanzibar a couple months ago.
Zanzibar is a cool place. I like
It
going
is a
there.
cool
It's
place.
a really nice venue. I like it a lot. It's kind of like intimate, but you can fit like enough people in there, who
And
want to
it
be
sounds good,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is
there. Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, we've seen several shows there that have been
We
really
actually
good.
we just saw
David
Gangley.
and Jessica Lee Mayfield.
Yeah.
Was amazing.
Yeah, and we saw Gangley Youth there too,
Yeah.
and that was a good show.
Gangley
I
was
just
good.
I just always like going to that venue. So yeah, where are the shows that you're playing in Lexington?
I'm doing a solo piano thing Monday actually at Al's Bar on the 15th. Let's see, and then May 4th at Cosmic Charlie's.
I've been hearing a lot about that place. I've never been to Lexington, but I see a lot of bands like playing at that place all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they get-
we haven't made the trip yet, but how is Lexington?
Gosh, I mean, you're asking somebody that's lived there for 29 years.
Okay.
It's had its ups and downs.
Well, a friend, because we moved from Texas, and
yeah.
a friend of ours had said when we told him that we were moving to Louisville, he said he's like, Lexington. I went through Kentucky, and Lexington was the coolest place that I've been there.
He was
Yeah.
like, Louisville's whatever, but Lexington's the place to go. And I was like, what?
Louisville's cool, dude.
No, I like Lexington a lot, but it's very different from Louisville.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I didn't realize as much when I was younger, but making more sort of sober trips here now. I'm taking in more information, and I don't know. Louisville feels a lot bigger. It feels like there's more going on.
Mm-hmm.
Lexington has always been one or two very tight scenes.
Yeah.
So that can be really fun, just because. I think some people try to debunk the idea that it's an incestuous scene in Lexington, but I kind of like it
Yeah.
because I think it leads to
Just embrace it.
I think it leads to interesting.
Yeah.
You end up having people that in a larger city or a larger scene even might not interact that much,
Yeah.
but just because it is small.
Well, I imagine it'd be nice to go to shows and see familiar faces and
Yeah.
Able to interact
hang out
with your
with the same
fans a little
people.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, that and that's nice too. I mean, my backing band right now, we got like Lexington's premier folk guy on guitar. We got the drummer for a noise band playing bass.
Cool.
Like big DJ guy on drums. There's it's an interesting
Mixture.
It's a mixture, yeah.
Of people. So that was actually kind of my next question was like, what is the Lexington music scene like? Because I've gotten like a little taste of like what we have here in Louisville, but having not been there, I don't know what it's like over there.
It's easy to get people to shows out there.
In Lexington, gosh, I don't know. Not students.
Really?
It's tough. It's tough getting the UK crowd.
Huh.
I think just because they keep cycling through, it's really the townies that you're gonna expect.
Yeah, that's interesting.
For the most part, there's a lot of noise and avant-garde stuff, and has been as long as I can remember. And then lately, I guess things have been getting pretty melodic and poppy. We got Idiot Glee and Wallen Weeps and Attempt and let's see. Well, now I'm just listing names that maybe people don't know, but I think there's there's some real melodic poppy stuff, and there's always been lots of noise and avant-garde, and then there's also a smattering of the things that you'd find anywhere. Some
definitely.
indie rock and some punk and etc. But I think the notable features are noise and pop.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
The question is, or I guess it's more of like a statement, and then I just expect you to follow up with information. But
That's fine.
so I read that you had some songs on some pretty like notable television shows kind of recently. Is it? I don't know when, but I heard.
Not recently enough.
Not recently enough.
For my bank account.
Okay.
I had the real exciting one was Bored to Death on HBO.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah,
That is Jason Schwartzman. Can't. Oh, I love that show.
Yeah.
So that's the one I was really excited about.
Yeah, Ted Danson.
Yeah.
And then there were a few on Private Practice. It's funny. It's mainly shows that have been canceled. I'm not saying there's a pattern. I'm definitely not saying that. I promise the next show that puts one of my songs in it will not get canceled. That's my promise.
There we go.
It's the Matt Duncan promise.
That's right.
He's put his seal on it.
I will attempt to play any song, and I will not get your show canceled.
You should do like an infomercial. Be like, hi, would you like a song in your show by me?
That will not get canceled.
Yeah,
I'm statistically probable to have a song.
that's the odds of another show that I have a song and getting canceled are pretty slim. I think.
I think so. It was Bored to Death and Private Practice, and then
The Vampire
Diaries. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well,
so
Vampire
what
Diaries
kind of
was popular for a while.
it was? What kind of scene or like was it? Where did that fit in? And
How'd you get involved with this?
I signed up with this great little mom and pop company. Literally a husband and wife.
Yeah.
Out they're sort of LA/Chicago called Ghost Town, and that's kind of what they do.
Okay.
Cool.
They represent a few people from around here. I'm not going to be able to remember who, but some other people from my label Hop Hop, like Idiot Glee, and the Butchers, and but yeah, that's how it happened. It was
That's cool. That's
kind of through the standard channel.
yeah. Awesome. Well, how about either you play something else or I'll throw on a track.
You want to throw another track?
I'll throw another track on.
Spin it. Yeah. You can feel free to scratch a little bit. I won't be offended. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
Well,
what song are we gonna play next?
I don't know. What have you guys heard much?
Yes. Can I? So should I take a pick, or
Yeah.
are there some that you're more proud of? Because I know some musicians are more proud of some songs than others. So.
I'm less proud of Sparkle and Fall.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was that your pick? I'm
No.
sorry.
No. Okay. Soft Times and Idle Hands. I like both of those.
Okay,
So,
I like those too.
okay. What number are those?
Soft Times would be number 4.
You want to go with that one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
number 4.
cool. Awesome. This is Soft Times by Matt Duncan off of his newest CD, Soft Times.
There you go.
Titular track.
Much worth mentioning. I haven't had my share of anything, but time still comes cheap, though it feels strangely pouring it. For someone who might see so much more of it. Sometimes ahead, just another slow cooker pushing lead. Just another slow cooker pushing lead. But tell me it's alright. At the time it really wasn't worth the fight. At the time it really wasn't worth the fight. I was born at the end of the century. I don't remember much, but I'm sure it was a breeze. It felt good, gold tinged like a melody. Every day a fine print, gotta take it like a man. Sometimes ahead, just another 1,000 deaths before I'm dead. Just another 1,000 deaths before I'm dead. But tell me it's alright. Half the time it really wasn't worth the fight. Half the time it really wasn't worth the fight. Django. Sometimes ahead, just another 1,000 deaths before I'm dead. Just another 1,000 deaths before I'm dead. But tell me it's alright. Half the time it really wasn't worth the fight. Whoa, whoa. Half the time it really wasn't worth the fight. No, 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 no.
That was Soft Times by Matt Duncan, off of his album Soft Times. I may have stopped it a second too short.
Well, can we? Is it
So-
all right
Yeah,
if we play it?
If we go back and play it
If you could just
again,
rewind
and
it a little.
The fade out is one of the most important parts. Of this.
There's, yeah.
it's there for a reason. You can actually buy Matt Duncan's CD off of his Bandcamp
Yes,
site,
and
right?
go do that because you will not be sorry. It's fantastic.
You won't be.
Thanks.
You can get either just the digital or the physical. Which
You can get a physical.
You can physical.
Surprisingly cheap.
Yeah.
I think it's like $8 or something. And there's also vinyl.
And there is vinyl.
yes.
You said
There-
that you just got it in or something.
Somewhat recently.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, that's really exciting. I know a lot of people are into buying vinyl nowadays, which is rad.
It's nice. It's big. It's hard to lose.
It's got a good sound. You need to hear some
I
cracks and
know.
pops in that.
No,
I love
actually,
it.
this stuff sounds a lot better on vinyl
Cool.
because it's,
Yeah. Yeah.
What
No,
it
I can
is.
totally see that. Definitely. This is a question that I meant to ask after we played the keys. Because I'm from Florida. So, originally from Florida, I kind of hopped around a bit. But, when you wrote that song, was it more of like a figurative keys, or was it like you just really like the keys?
Oh no, it's figurative.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
I think that's the answer we were hoping for.
Yeah. No, it's that one's funny, and I've never talked about it. It's that one actually came from a very dark place.
Did
and
it?
I know that sounds ridiculous, but I was having a real rough January or something,
Yeah.
and I was like, man,
It's cold.
I just don't care anymore. I just want to, And I was like, well, if it gets that bad, instead, I'm just gonna leave, and I'm just gonna go to the Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just the place you latched onto in
That's
your head.
it's like the most ridiculous place I could think of. It's like the most
Keys.
parrot head
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I think of like a place without responsibilities, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's better to just abandon than to like totally screw everything up. That was the theory behind that song.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I
awesome.
Since I first heard it, that was like the one thing that like stuck in my mind. I was like,
Does he really like the Keys?
does he really like this place? Like I just like,
I've never been. I'd like to go. Oh yeah. Have you been?
yeah.
Is it awesome?
Is it like in the song?
Is it better than Idaho?
I've never been to Idaho, so I don't know.
That's some fierce competition.
It's a fun place. There's beaches and scuba diving and
Do you want to know the
Beaches?
sort of macabre theme that no one will ever pick up if I don't mention it?
yes.
There? Idaho is actually where Hemingway killed himself.
Okay.
So I'm saying he should have stayed in the Keys. Because he also was into the keys, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
he had all those cats with all his toes and stuff. I mean, it just seems. Why would you go to Idaho? Of course you kill yourself. Just, you know. Just food for
Yeah.
thought. Just food for thought.
You should make a trek down to the Keys.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting place.
I can imagine.
You should go play that song there.
What, with a boombox?
No, like,
Like
or
walking
like
along
say
the beach.
anything style. Like,
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
no one can see us. I don't know why we're doing this, but I
Yeah,
guess you
people
can on
can see us.
Ustream. I
Yeah, we
forget.
What are there different cameras and stuff?
Well, we got this.
no,
It's like a split screen or
haters can't see us, but other people can.
That's right.
Oh.
Hate is blinded by this top.
What a fun night here in the
We're having a lot of fun
basement.
with Matt Duncan here, so thanks for coming on,
Oh
man.
Yeah,
goodness.
good to be here.
So if you have any comments, questions, or specifically some musical requests, we're looking for those.
Yeah, you're running out of
Hold on,
time.
I got one
I
right
know.
here.
You,
Oh, no.
What?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
All right, if this is from Butch Bays,
Awesome.
he hosts Flies on the Wall.
Another show here on Crescent Hill Radio.
Cool.
Co-hosts. He said if Matt found a time machine and could only take one trip, 1 second.
He's blind.
Um,
He broke his glasses.
Like where would I?
I know.
Okay, would you go back to 1972 to a Judy Still performance, or
Still, right? It was
would you
Judy
go
Still.
back
Yeah.
to 1959 to prevent Bono's parents from conceiving?
Gosh.
So I kind of
Oh,
stumbled through that. Did you get the question?
You know, I'm kind of a mild-mannered sort of fellow. I don't know if I'm ready for the full Marty McFly experience. You know, I don't know if I can make any big changes. However, I could definitely go to a concert.
So
There you
so
go.
Judy Still.
So
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go Judy Sill, and we'll all just have to deal with the consequences of that decision. I apologize.
We all have to live with you too now, man.
Yeah,
You did this to us.
Thanks,
I
Matt.
know.
You had the choice.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Butch.
having me on here, so I can make this public apology for not preventing Bono's birth. All right, I
Which
said
would be
it.
so awkward. Do you just walk in and you're like,
I mean, I would need at least a month.
yeah.
It's not going to be. I mean, they were two people that were very much in love. I would imagine.
That's totally a Butch question because I mean if you listen to
Oh,
Flies on the Wall,
he asked me
has-
if there was secret hipster meetings in the basement of a bar where they strike matches off Walt Disney's frozen head, which is an
how do
amazing.
you find out
yeah.
about that? I don't know.
Gosh, that's one of my favorite bars in Louisville.
Wherever that happens.
Mhm.
Oh God, I'm crying over here.
So for time, you
Back
wanna
to
do
business. I want to remind everyone of Crescent Hill Radio's Derby kickoff, which is this month. It's coming up. We've been talking about it for a really long time.
It's finally real, guys.
It's finally real. I swear, it's coming up. So it's April 28th. That's at Expo 5 here in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's from 4 to 10 p.m. It's a $10 minimum donation at the door. Or free with your membership to Crescent Hill Radio. So
You're supporting an awesome local radio station that gives you all your local music right back to you. So
absolutely local and regional, even people from Lexington, Kentucky.
yeah, we call him
right.
local. He lives in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So there's 2 stages at Expo 5 for the Crescent Hill Radio Derby kickoff, and that is featuring 9 different bands. There's kind of a tentative change happening, but
I just heard about this today.
we definitely have Appalachian, Cree and Hetty, Discount Guns, Robbie Bartlett, Trappers Keepers, Memphis Beck and Friends, Bridge 19, Anton Mink, and maybe Nick Pay or Hey Hey Honey. We're kind of but still, that's 9-10 bands for $10 or absolutely free with your membership to Crescent Hill Radio.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. So advanced ticket sales or to become a member, just head on over to crescenthillradio.com. If you're listening now, you are already there.
Just stay where you're at.
Stay where you're at. So 10 minutes. Let's play some more music.
Okay.
What are we going to hear now?
this is the title track from the first CD. It lends itself better to solo playing, unfortunately.
Okay.
So this is called Beacon.
Awesome.
I got friends in New York City, 'cause everyone I know left town. That's the place your daily dreams go, where you can't see the sun go down. Hold your head up, your beacon. You pull me northward in my car. You don't have to hit the big time, baby. We know who you are. I got friends in LA County, where the hillsides shine like stars, and the people flow like gold dust through the Railroad District bars. Hold your head up, your beacon. You pull me westward in my car. You don't have to hit the big time, baby. We know who you are. Hold your head up, your beacon. Don't let them think you come that far. You're always standing in the spotlight, baby. We know who you are. It's getting cold out on that big lake, and the water's painted blue. Ooh, don't let the skyline fool you, baby. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do.
Matt Duncan live here in the basement on CrescentHillRadio.com. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
You need to get out to Louisville more and play some shows.
I want to come to a Matt Duncan show. So,
Well,
I mean, I will. You know, I'm down to drive to Lexington.
let's go to that Walt Disney place.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's go strike some matches.
Where did he say? What was that?
I don't
Was it
remember.
Zazu's or Zanzibar or
No,
something?
I don't remember. Butch, what was that again?
Yeah.
Message us. I
Yeah,
don't remember. We forget where our hipster meetings are.
Yeah. I forgot where the meeting is, dude. I just got my matches.
So next week here in the basement, we are going to have